What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Steph, also known as the Freckled One. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be demoing and doing a wear test with the new Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation with Broad Spectrum SPF 25. I have two shades here that I'll be talking about in a little bit, but before we get into it, per usual, I do want to give a shout out to some of our new subscribers. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. We are so happy to have you, and I hope that you enjoy the content that is to come. I know it's been a really long time since I've filmed. It has definitely been challenging trying to find the time to film with my new job, which I will be talking about. I know I keep saying that, but I will talk about my new job as an aesthetic nurse. I have been absolutely loving work and I look forward to going in every day. I just haven't had time to film, so I'm working on kind of figuring out my workflow so that I'm able to produce some content. I also just want to point out, I'm really proud of how I did my hair today. I think this is one of the best jobs I've done. I have a Dyson Airwrap that is so ridiculously overpriced, but it has been one of my favorite tools of the last few months that I've had it, and I'm just obsessed. Look at this volume, this bounce, and it just feels so healthy and soft. I'm just really happy about it. Anyway, I'm going to be starting off with a clean, fresh face. I have no makeup on right now. I've put on a little moisturizer after using my Foreo amazing product that I'll talk about in another video, but I've just used this to prep and just kind of contour my face and give it a little bit of a lift, some depuffing. So let's get to what every single one of you is here for, and it is the Kosas Foundation. You have probably discovered my channel through my Kosas video. I think it was almost 2 years ago now, which is so wild to think about. But I have a Kosas versus Ilia video, and so obviously this is very fitting for me to not only purchase, but to share with all of you all of my thoughts. Let's check out all the claims about this foundation. It's a clean, skin improving, medium coverage SPF 25 foundation and treatment with hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalane, vitamin B5, arnica, and caffeine. It says that it's a medium coverage. I definitely agree with that. It says that this skin reviving SPF treatment foundation instantly blends like a second skin with a natural dreamy finish to blur visibly smooth texture and minimize pores. It says that it's long wearing and silicone free. The clinical results, which I feel like with the last Charlotte Tilbury review that I did on the channel with all of those claims, this one has just as many claims. It says that 97% of folks agreed this product blended easily to become like second skin. 97% said that it provided the desired coverage. I feel like that's so subjective too. It's like if you like medium coverage, then yeah, you're gonna say that you got the desired coverage from it. And then after 4 weeks, since this is kind of like a duo skincare and makeup product, 100% agreed with the skin's texture being more smooth. 97% said that their pores are less visible, and 100% said that they saw improvement in hydration and firmness on bare skin. But with that being said, all of those clinical results were based on a consumer study with 32 women. I'm not really into all those percentages. I just don't, that's like just not how science is done anyway. So I have two shades here. Like I said, I have light medium neutral 200, which is a light medium with subtle pink undertones. And I also have medium neutral 220, which is a medium with neutral cool undertones. Right off the bat, I can tell you that my qualm with Kosas products, and that goes for their Revealer Concealer as well as this product, I have a really hard time finding a shade that matches me well. So the 220, which is the more neutral cool undertones, and I think that that is a very accurate description. This one is definitely too dark for me, but the light medium neutral 200 has the subtle pink undertones, and that, I mean, it's just too pink for me. Several folks that I follow on YouTube and Instagram who also tried this out have kind of affirmed that feeling that the undertone and shade range is not only leaning a little bit more yellow, but it's just hard to find that undertone within their line, unfortunately. That's my first critique, and it's definitely a disappointment because this formula is absolutely fantastic. So is their Revealer Concealer. You know that I love that one. But I've actually stopped using my Revealer Concealer just because I've found other concealers that have a better undertone that matches my skin. I think that when I am tanner this summer, I will be able to use the Medium Neutral 220 pretty consistently by itself because I will be a lot deeper than I am now. But I just wish that I could find one that matched me perfectly. Let's just get started. I have used this formula multiple times before filming this, so this isn't a first impressions. So what I've found that works best for me is just mixing 2 of the shades and doing about a pump of each onto the back of my hand, mixing them with this blender and just starting to go in. I do like the smell of this. I know that's kind of strange, but it just smells like really nice, clean skincare. And you can see that it's still a little bit deep for me, but it has this really beautiful skin-like skincare finish to it, which I love. And so you can see it's like already hiding my redness around my nose. I would honestly say that this definitely has more coverage than I would prefer, but it's not bad. I don't really believe in the claims of being pore minimizing. I actually think it's not pore minimizing at all and not pore enhancing, but you can see my pores, and I didn't put a pore filling primer down or anything. As you can see, this is a lot darker than my neck, but it's a much better match to my arms. I don't want to bring it down on my neck only because I'd have to use so much more product. I'm just hanging out at home today, and the less makeup, the better, because it's just me bopping around at home. Something to note as well is I always use a damp sponge. My skin is very dry and I tend to like a more sheer coverage. So the sponge does soak up quite a bit of product, but it helps me sheer out the formula for sure. I wouldn't say that it has a luminosity to it in the more traditional sense of it having an illuminator in the formula, but it just looks very hydrated and not pearlescent. So in that way, I suppose it's illuminating, but you're not getting kind of a highlight vibe. This is just very skincare-like. And that is pretty much it for the coverage that I would want. You can still see all of my freckles pretty much, but the redness is toned down significantly. Practically gone. I love this formula. It feels like skincare is just on my skin. It doesn't feel like I have heavy makeup on or anything. I just think with the coverage that it's giving, this isn't as like stretchable across skin tones as something that has much lighter coverage. And that is one of my biggest problems with this, which is such a shame because it's so beautiful. But if you can find your shade in this, and if you especially have dry skin, honestly I think this could work for even oily skin if you set it down with a powder. It's just such a good formula, so I am looking forward to them hopefully coming out with more shades in the future. I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. I'm back. Done the rest of my face here. I also set my whole face using this Kosas Comfy Cloud Set powder. I actually really like this powder. For a long time, this was too deep for me. It doesn't look like it on camera, but it definitely has like a little bit of a deeper undertone, but as I'm getting tanner, it's actually looking really good. So here is what we have right now. Shout out to Amanda Z for recommending that Space Cowboy Urban Decay eyeshadow. I think it is honestly one of the most beautiful one and done eyeshadows that I've ever used. If you don't follow her, she does some fantastic makeup content on YouTube. I will put her channel up here. She's really great. But this is the finished look for the day. Just really cash, just, you know, No big deal here. Right now it is 12:01, so I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day. Let me show you a close-up here. I think it looks pretty good. I went a little overboard with the bronzer. Didn't blend it out very good, but ignore that. But the skin just looks like skin. It looks like I'm not really wearing a ton of makeup, in my opinion. Maybe you disagree. But I just think it looks really natural. You still have that kind of glowy look. Not in an illuminator way, but just in a hydrated, moisturized way. I will update you throughout the day. I am getting a drink with a friend later, and then who knows what I'm gonna get into, but I will see you in a little bit. Hi y'all, I'm back. Sorry if there's like an echo in here, but I'm in the bathroom and this is kind of the best place with the best lighting right now. It is now 6:30, so I've been wearing this for quite a few hours. But this is what the complexion is looking like right now, and honestly, this wore really, really well. I will say that I haven't had to wear a mask in the last 6 or so hours, so, you know, masks aside, this has worn beautifully. Nothing has like rubbed off or anything. I think my blush and my bronzer have worn off, but the coverage is still there. And I'm really happy about that. I think for the price point, this is a really, really great foundation, especially as a clean brand. Fantastic. And I don't know, my skin just feels like there's nothing on it. I really, really love the texture and the finish of it. My only problem, again, is with the shades. I don't want to have to buy 2 shades to still not even get a perfect match. And just because of that price point as well, you know, it's pretty expensive to have to buy 2 shades and mix them. So that's my only issue with this. Other than that, I am absolutely in love with it. That is it for this video. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that I get to see you again soon. Until then, take care, be safe, and be kind. Bye.